Tyson Fury is as serious as he thinks he is, and he wants to put down his Twitter fingers and put on some gloves and come and fight one of the realest fighters out there that will take on any challenge. Step in the ring with me next if you're a real bad boy.
I don't rate AJ, never have. He's a blown-up bodybuilder who can't box. We all know that.
Tyson, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Still think Joshua would beat you, don't you?
Sorry? I think anybody on this beach could beat you. Cheeky bastard.
There's a chair across your face.
And it almost... Oh, there's a left hook. Down!
Two names that defined British boxing for an entire decade. Two former world champions, each of whom suffered the most humiliating defeat of his career against the same man, Alexander Usyk. It seemed their era ended right there, in Riyadh, under the lights of the Saudi arenas, where one after another they lost their titles, their aura of invincibility, and, as many thought at the time, their future. But boxing is a cruel sport precisely because it never gives you a final ending without a fight. Both came back. Both are winning again.
Here's a fun fact. If I ever come across you, bum, I'm knocking you dead spark out. I ain't a YouTuber or a man half your size. I am him. The man.
Dillian White.
And now there is only one fight standing between them. A fight that could become not just the biggest event of the year, but one of the greatest battles in British boxing over the last 100 years. The final countdown has already begun. And today we are going to break down how both men reached the point where the entire world is demanding to see them in the same ring.
You beat Tyson Fury, I'll be over the moon, would you? Yeah, of course. You know, would you like to? Yeah, of course.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ready,
Joshua!
There is a special kind of story in boxing. Not a story about invincibility, but about falling and coming back. That is exactly the story Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are writing right now, separately from each other, but on surprisingly similar paths. Both lost their aura of invincibility to the same man. Both disappeared for a while to heal after those defeats. And both, in their own way, found the strength to return to the position they once seemed to have lost forever.
Joshua put the exclamation point on his performance tonight and get the stoppage. Klitschko backing up. He's in big trouble. Pinned in the corner here. Can't get free. Joshua unloading, and that'll do it.
Oh!
Absolute relief on the face of Anthony Joshua.
Maybe Tyson Fury's last fight.
Tyson Fury entered May 2024, completely undefeated. 34 wins, 1 draw, and not a single loss in his professional career. On May 18th in Riyadh, he faced Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship, the first such fight since the 1990s.
39 pounds between them. Fury significantly the bigger man in terms of height and reach. Showboating early from the Tipsy King and playing to the crowd.
Fury lost by split decision. The Ukrainian became the first undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years, while Fury himself was practically saved by the bell in the 9th round after a heavy combination from his opponent.
But he's taken some serious shots in there. What a shot that is! Fury's wobbling! Usyk's caught him!
That he was undisputed and great as a cruiserweight, but even more surprisingly for a lot of people, and it doesn't matter how big, how tall, how heavy, what is the reach, and how mobile Tyson Fury was. Alexander Usyk showed that he is the best fighter in the modern history. I'm very proud of Alexander Usyk.
Many people decided it was simply an unfortunate accident, a rare mistake in the career of the greatest technician of his generation. But the rematch on December 21st of that same year finally destroyed those hopes. Fury came in 19 pounds heavier than in the first fight.
Waiting for the mistake.
Opening up already in this first round.
More intent with the shot. Good one, 2 though for Fury. Lovely right hand there from Fury.
Beautiful work from Tyson Fury after a more difficult round.
Well, when he starts dipping like that, that's when you're going to worry. When Usyk starts to get that dip to his stance, that's when you know the big attack's coming.
Oh, big left hand from Usyk for the first time. It really connects. And again. Minute and a half into the fourth round, and Fury's backed up on the ropes.
Clearly planning to overwhelm Usyk with size, and lost again, this time by a clear, unanimous decision on all 3 scorecards. 2 straight losses to the same man is the kind of test that can break even the most accomplished fighters.
I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And, you know, this is coming from a guy who was the undisputed cruiserweight champion. He's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are 2 of the best, like, of this era.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
At the beginning of 2025, Fury announced his retirement, saying that he had nothing left to prove and had already earned enough money and fame over his long career. Many people in boxing treated those words with skepticism. Fury had retired before and always returned. And sure enough, 16 months later, on April 11th, 2026, the Gypsy King stepped into the ring again, this time against Russian heavyweight Arslan Makhmudov in London on a Netflix broadcast. Fury looked fresh and confident, with no real signs of ring rust after the long break, and comfortably outboxed the tall but technically limited opponent on points. All 3 judges unanimously gave the victory to the Brit. A few months later, on July 24th, 2026, Fury fought veteran Mariusz Wach in Thailand and stopped him by technical knockout in the 7th round. So his current streak now stands at 2 straight victories after the 2 painful losses to Usyk, while Fury's overall record is 36 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. At 38 years old, age is already a serious factor for any heavyweight, but judging by the way Fury looked in his last 2 fights, it seems there is still something left in the tank, and his motivation to regain his status as the biggest name in the division has not disappeared. Anthony Joshua's story developed in parallel, and in some ways it became even more dramatic. 2 losses to Usyk in 2021 and 2022 had already damaged the Brit's reputation as one of the leading heavyweights on the planet.
I don't care about strong, I have to have skills. Being strong doesn't win boxing. Okay. Skills win boxing. Yeah, okay. You're not strong, how did you beat me? Let's do this. How? Because of skills.
But the real blow came later. On September 21st, 2024 at Wembley, Joshua faced Daniel Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title and suffered perhaps the most destructive defeat of his career.
If he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who
disrespect.
Who do you think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. You can't put this chair across your face. No, don't disrespect me on my life.
No, it's okay.
I want this little boy. Don't disrespect me, bro.
Dubois looked incredible and finished the fight 59 seconds into the 5th round with a short counter right.
Look how difficult and how long it's been to rebuild him after the Usyk defeat. That's taken a while, right? There's been a couple of different trainers. It's been like, okay, is AJ gonna come back? Is he ready to pull the trigger? All that kind of stuff. It's taken a while to get there. We're there now. It's taken a while.
After that destruction, many experts seriously started talking about Joshua's decline as an elite fighter. The problems with his chin and his overall vulnerability against the division's hardest punchers seemed too obvious. But the Brit surprised everyone with his choice of next opponent, and with the result.
Bro, the pressure's on him. I'm fighting 3. I've already won. This is a lose-lose situation for him. I've got him in the corner right where I want him.
On December 19th, 2025 in Miami, Joshua faced YouTuber and crossover boxer Jake Paul, a fight many people viewed skeptically as more of an entertainment show than a serious professional contest.
Yeah, 100%. This is a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. You know, there's been a lot of criticism on fight a pro boxer, fight someone your age, all this stuff. And Tank has stepped up to the plate. He said it in a podcast. He said, I'm the guy. I'm the guy to beat him, for him to fight a pro boxer, for him to fight someone his own age. So here we are. This is definitely the toughest test.
But Joshua approached it with complete seriousness and composure. He methodically broke his opponent down round after round, never giving him a chance to find any real success. And in the 6th round, finished the fight with a clean, professional knockout.
His best shot at the moment. Not that much is going to happen. And it almost... Oh, there's a left hand! Down!
That victory gave him not only financial success, but something far more important for the rest of his career. It silenced a large part of the noise and doubt that had built around his name after the previous setbacks.
Fury, listen, we'll see you in September.
Is it realistic, you think? I mean, it's been like 7 years, right?
We'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it this year.
Joshua's confidence received another boost on July 25th, 2026, when he returned to Riyadh against Christian Prenga. The Brit gave his opponent no chance, stopping him by knockout in the 2nd round. Fast, impressive, and extremely convincing proof that his old destructive power was still there. So, a run of 2 straight knockout victories completely restored Joshua's status as one of the major active names in heavyweight boxing, while his current record stands at 30 wins and 4 losses. Promoter Eddie Hearn has already openly said that the 36-year-old Joshua is entering the final stage of his career and probably has no more than 3 fights left. And that is exactly why every remaining fight now carries a special, almost destiny-defining meaning.
I want you, AJ, Anthony Joshua. Let's give the fight fans what they want. The Battle of Britain. And here's my challenge. I challenge you, Anthony Joshua, to fight me, the Gypsy King, next! Anthony Joshua kicked us.
Coincidence or not, both British heavyweights have reached the point of maximum readiness almost at the same time. Both have painful defeats behind them against the same opponent. Defeats that could have ended the careers of less stubborn fighters. Both have 2 convincing victories in a row, restoring their confidence and their position as candidates for the biggest fights in the division. And both clearly understand that they do not have much time left to fulfill their ambitions, considering their age and the number of wars already behind them. That is why the talk about Fury versus Joshua, which has existed in boxing for almost a decade, is finally beginning to take a real shape. Promoters from both sides openly say that this fight is the most logical and most profitable next step for both careers. And sources close to the organizers of the biggest Saudi boxing cards point to the 4th quarter of 2026 as the most likely window for the fight. Fury was already present around the April event with Makhmudov, watching the situation closely, which only increased the rumors that their meeting is inevitable. Stylistically, this fight promises to be a real celebration for heavyweight boxing fans. Fury is technical, unpredictable, with phenomenal defense and the ability to destroy an opponent's rhythm with feints and stance switches. Joshua is a much more direct puncher with enormous physical power and, as his last 2 fights showed, restored confidence in his own hands. The clash of these 2 approaches, the art of avoiding damage against raw, destructive power, now looks even more interesting than it might have seemed a decade ago, when both fighters were at completely different points in their careers.
I remember that Ali lost, Mike lost, and they're still legends of the game. So if AJ loses, so what? You know what I mean? It didn't really bother me. I just thought I'd just keep going until it's. Thank you, guys.
There is also a deeper symbolic side to this rivalry. Fury and Joshua are connected by a common enemy in Usyk, the man who stopped both of them, destroyed their aura of invincibility, and forced each to go through a personal crisis of identity as a fighter. Now, after returning to the winning path, both men seem to be testing not only each other, but themselves. Is the same fire still there? The fire that once carried them to the top of world boxing? Or are their current victories simply a beautiful frame around the final stage of their careers? Only a direct fight between them can answer that question. A fight British boxing, and really the entire world, has waited far too long for the organizers to delay it any further.
I went off track for a few years. I was doing a lot of stuff, man. And you know what it is? I was watching a Tyson video on Customato, and he goes, "Your mind's not on your work. Something's distracting you." He said that to Tyson. And I said to Cena, I said, "That's it. Been too distracted." And that's when I shut down all the businesses and I said I'm devoting myself to the fight game again.
Short right-handed. Stable on the legs, but the power he's showing here and the fact of the trouble.
The story of Fury and Joshua is not simply the story of two former champions looking for one last massive payday before retirement. It is a story about how sport can test people twice. First, through defeat, taking away a fighter's feeling of invincibility, and then through the comeback, which often requires far more character than the original rise to fame. Both men went through the humiliation of losing to the same opponent. Both found the strength to return and start winning again despite age, accumulated damage and skepticism from a large part of the boxing community. That is exactly why the final countdown to their fight feels less like another promotional show created for money, and more like the logical, almost inevitable ending to a 10-year story involving the two biggest names in British heavyweight boxing. Whenever this fight happens, it will become more than just a sporting event.
Of course I want to challenge. It's not about the opponent, it's about the legacy and the belt. Whoever's got the belt, I'd love to compete with them. If that is Tyson Fury, let it be Tyson Fury.
It will answer the question boxing fans have been asking for years. Which of these two men is stronger not only physically, but as a fully formed fighter and person? Who made better use of the second chance that this sport gives to very few people? And judging by the confidence with which both men are moving toward this meeting right now, we may get the answer very soon, inside the ring, where questions like this are answered better than anywhere else. If you want to see a technical breakdown of this fight, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I thought he was going to go and he didn't. Massive shot from Joshua, and now Klitschko goes. It was that.